Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday indeed. Whatever you're up to this weekend, you know, be it time with the family, be it the gym, make sure you go. And if it's legs, make sure you hit them. If it's just down the pub or if it's just kicking back and watching some football, enjoy it. You've deserved it, all right? This video, we've got a bit more of an update around Santi and basically the value around Santi and kind of what Feyenoord are wanting for him. Also got an update around a interest in a player that I kind of talked about in a video not long ago in Leny Yoro as well. So talk a little bit about both of those. And yeah, just a quick little chat about the Spurs game that happened Friday night. I've been MIA. I'm sorry. I'm back. I know you missed me. All right. And yeah, let's just jump straight in because you're bored of hearing about me and rambling, all right? Let's talk Santi Giménez. So I talked about how Spurs still maintain an interest. They're intrigued by the player, yada, 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 okay? And Fabrizio Romano did say that Spurs are still scouting Santi Giménez. So definitely still an active interest in the player. Graham Bailey of 90 Minute Football, though, put out that host clubs continue to watch Santiago Giménez very closely, but Feyenoord confident he won't leave in January. But if you do want him, it will take a Dutch record deal in excess of 100 million euros to get him. So previous record is held by Anthony when he moved to Manchester United. So he moved for about 85 million pounds. Look, well, Spurs aren't paying that. First and foremost, let's get that right out of the bag. We're not paying that. We wouldn't even pay that for any player, to be honest, unless it was like the top of all players. But we're not paying that. That's not what we do. We spend, 50, 60 million maybe, not 85, 90, That's not to say, though, that he's not worth a little bit less in the summer. I think it's kind of Feyenoord's way of saying, look, we're not going to stop him leaving, but can we have it in the summer, though? Because we want him to continue the rest of the season. Let's see what we get to in Europe. Let's see us potentially win the Eredivisie. I know PSV are doing quite well as well. Excuse me, I just eaten, pardon me. But they're obviously not wanting to have to go out there and find their replacement, which do you know what? Not going to blame them, not going to slag them off for that, because let's be honest, would you want to sell your best player and then have to go and replace him in January? No, you wouldn't. If you said yes, you're a liar. I'm not having that. Better than that. That's like the same people that say they do legs at the gym. No, you don't. You're a liar. Make sure you do them. But in all honesty, with Santi Giménez, I never thought it would be a January move. Now, part of me did think, well, if we get him in January, maybe he's cheaper than the summer. But the more I think about it, the more actually it's the other way around. If you go in, let's say we did go for Santi Giménez. If you go in early on in the summer, you'll probably find he's probably cheaper than he would be in January. If they want 100 million euros in January, they might take 80 to 90 million euros in the summer. It might be less even. But normally that's what clubs do. I mean, this is what Borussia Dortmund did with Jadon Sancho. Man United wanted him. They didn't want to let him go for that period of time through the summer and January. They let him go in the following summer. But they actually took less money in that summer than they did in previous offers. That's because they wanted him for that year. They were happy to sacrifice 10 to 15 million because it was worth it on the back end for what he gave them. So I can understand it, can completely understand it. So definitely, I don't think it's something that's going to go away, but he's an absolute talented young player, and Spurs, that's what they're in for. They're not in for, finished products really as much as, maybe in the summer they were with Maddison, but yeah, they're looking at guys they can kind of coach up and create the finished product from, Anyway, let's talk Leny Yoro. So this comes from Ekrem Kanoy, but that PSG, Lyon, Real Madrid, Tottenham, Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal and Chelsea. Oh, I need to take a breath after that. They're all closely following the progress of Lille's 17-year-old French centre-back Leny Yoro. Now, I spoke about Leny Yoro in a previous video. What I saw of him, what sort of defender that he reminds me of, the talent that he has. And at 17, he's light years ahead of most 17-year-olds, The interesting thing is the amount of teams in there. You're talking, he plays at Lille right now. PSG, I guess, is the pinnacle of French football. You're talking about Real Madrid, which is the pinnacle of Spanish football at the moment. You know, I know Barcelona might say that, but you know what I mean. You know, they did win Real Madrid won the El Clasico estate, and if you haven't watched, Jude Bellingham is him. Unbelievable. But then you're talking about the Premier League side. You've got Tottenham, Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Chelsea. Throw Man City. There's your top six in the English Premier League. And there's probably teams in the Serie A. There's probably teams in the Bundesliga that would like him, and it's not to say they're not. But what I'm saying is, all the top teams in Europe want this guy. You may not rate him. You may not think he's that good if you have seen him. But you can understand maybe if Manchester City want him, you're thinking, what they want him, but I don't see it. If we're talking all of the top teams in Europe interested in him, there's something there. That's all I would say about that. But again, I guess that would be another one looking forward towards the summer, in my opinion. I can't see him moving in January unless he's bought in January and loaned back, for the rest of the year, or an 18-month loan deal. I tell you what, if you bought him and loaned him back for an 18-month loan deal, Lille would probably take that, if I'm honest. They'd probably take that because they go, well, look, we'd have to worry about centre-half for a little while now. We still got him. We're happy. We've got some money for him as well. We can develop the rest of the team, Not bad, chap. And let's talk a little bit about the game Friday night. Look, 2-1 win. Yes, their goal was contentious with a handball, but I'm not too worried about that right this second. I thought we were sluggish in attack at times. I thought, look, we controlled the game first and foremost. Thought the back four were magnificent. I thought Porro got caught out a couple of times, but I thought very, very solid. And by back four, I really mean with Emerson Royale in there, because I thought Davies really did get found out a little bit by Ayew. When Emerson came in, I thought Emerson actually played quite well. It shows Desi Udogie is by far our best and most complete fullback at the left-back position. But, I thought Maddison had a bit of a quiet game. Tried some stuff, didn't come off. I thought Richie had a bit of a slow game. I thought Sonny had a bit of a slow game. Yeah, he scored, but I didn't think he had a great game. I thought Kulusevski was quite quiet at times. I thought I thought Sarr was fantastic at midfield. I thought Basuma was wary of his yellow card situation, and I thought Højbjerg came on and actually controlled and slowed the game down, so we didn't look so frantic. I kind of think Bissouma's going to get you yellow, mate. You're going to get yellow, play. Because ideally, we're probably going to want you to have your yellow suspension game before Man City in early December. So, play against Chelsea, get it. Not a problem. Don't worry, mate. I'm sure we'll survive. Maybe try and get one of those games where we think we're going to win the one guaranteed, maybe. I don't know. But I thought, in theory, we controlled the game. Had a lot of the ball. Didn't really do a lot with it, though. But like Ange said, we're still working on the attacking side of the game. We're still not complete there. And I think that will come. That will come. Again, we've not played a lot of competitive football with Ange yet. We're still building up to it. It was great to obviously see Rodrigo Bentancur back. Everyone knows what I think about Rodrigo Bentancur, and I think he is our best midfielder. It's fantastic to see him back. I think we'll start to see him more and more and more as the weeks go by. Do kind of hope Uruguay don't call him up for the international break, though. It's a bit early for that. Good to see, obviously, Brian Hill as well come on. I think we'll see a little bit more of those two as time goes on. I'm not too hyped. I'm not too sad. I'm not nothing. I'm just sort of glad to see them back. That's the only thing about that, I would say. Good, obviously, see Brennan Johnson, a little bit more of him. I think hopefully he can start to get that run of fitness now that we want. He was very good when he came on, and you could tell that pace was really something we had missed as well. And yeah, I think overall it was a decent game. It was. I thought the guys that came off the bench actually added to the game. And I think that's what we've been worried about in previous games, that the guys that come off the bench and not added to the game. We've actually felt like there was a drop-off. Actually, I thought there was an upturn in when the guys came off the bench. English is failing me today, I know. But anyway, we've got now a long old break to our next game against Chelsea at home. The Pochettino derby, as you could probably call it. We won't worry about that just yet. We've got a long way to go. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you did enjoy it. Drop a like on the video if you did. Hit in the comment section below. Obviously, we've got the Fulham game. Let me know what you think about that. You've obviously got the Leny Yoro. Leny Yoro is what I always try and call him. The Leny Yoro situation. You intrigued by it? You're maybe a little bit discouraged by the amount of interest that he does have. and obviously the Santi Giménez. I know we had a lot of guys who are Cruz Azul fans, Feyenoord fans in the comments, so happy to have a conversation with those guys. I feel like I'm learning actually, which is quite cool. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and hit the bell notification for more. But anyway guys, that's the end of the video and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care guys.